So I see the stream is now coming back. I see governance AMA with Bitbender.
Okay.
Awesome. Nice.
Trying it again. Let's try number 2. See if this works. Anybody can hear us? Pop in a note, say yes.
Let's see. Testing. Hey guys.
Hey. Good morning.
Morning.
Druid G. Ron. Hey guys,
Nice.
welcome.
Happy Friday.
What's up,
Red Fox 78, welcome.
Hey, everybody on YouTube. We can see Soul Rack, Guts, Archan, Sabir Daz, BL, Joe Bubbles.
Joe Bubbles.
Rocket Life is on there. Look at that. There's Dubstep. Hey, welcome. Time Machine Film. 10 p.m. there. Yob Sky. Nice. This is a new test for us, everybody. Thanks for being patient as we're jumping in on this. This
I'm
is
super
actually
excited
also
to go to YouTube. This is awesome.
Let's see. Fury, welcome guys. Rocket Unit. I think we should get started. So, welcome everybody to July 28th AMA. So, we meet to share what's going on with everyone, answer questions, and share news. A week or two in the pipeline. And as the Sage says, we like to walk the talk. So we have a lot of info walking the talk today. This is the first time in use. It's pretty interesting, so please bear with us as we get familiarized with this. We'll be checking all chats, so please keep the discussion lively. Now, Michelle, what are we starting with today?
I think we were talking the other day about how we see some things out in the real world that remind us of Townstar, and I think I wanted to share an image with everybody that I drive past on a semi-regular basis here in South Carolina. And the first time I saw them, the first thing I thought was because I had never seen a cotton field in real life. And I was so impressed at how similar they looked to the ones in Townstar. I couldn't. Our cotton fields looked just like real cotton fields because I honestly had no idea. But it reminded me of Townstar. Sometimes we star in our everyday lives. Does anybody else have anything that reminded them of Townstar they've seen?
Fluffy.
I bet it is fluffy. I didn't jump in it because it wasn't my cotton field.
When I was driving to my new house, across the country, we kept passing all these wind farms, and obviously it's a stick and 3 smaller sticks, but it looked just like it. And then past fields and tractors and everything as well. It's like, oh, life imitates art.
I've mentioned it before. I live in a city that it's basically a hole surrounded by mountains. So I've always wanted to do that competition with nothing but mountains all around. Last time I mentioned it, a lot of people said, "Oh, don't do that." But that's exactly how it feels being here in this city.
It kind of like to piggyback off of what Pablo that Masachi was saying before, that it just really, one area could just be like city and the other area could be like really country-ish. So I'm from New York, and it's not similar to that, but like for example, like the city, like you could be in Manhattan and then it's just like a concrete jungle, and then you go up north and then you're in upstate New York and it's just farms everywhere. And it kind of reminds me a bit about how some areas in Townstar could be like factories and just like big industrialized areas. Then over to the left, it could just be like
for me it's the other way around. Like, I'm from India and there are cows everywhere. So whenever I see them, especially when they are just walking in the industrial area and walking around, Like that reminds me of India. Sorry, I did it today.
I remember those cows. They were very sacred. Anyways, that's you guys also have certain things that remind you of the game. We're adding more things, as you know. We have some info on maybe some fishing related stuff coming to the game soon, so that's good. And yeah, that's where we starting off with the actual highlights.
Oh, looks like we already talked about how we're on YouTube. So in case anybody didn't know, we are on YouTube. I think we're moving on to fast forward real quick.
Yeah, well, the TLDR is we added a little loading circle. It'll tell you we know the operation is not instant, so that'll help you see, if you have time to stretch or whatever while it's loading. And then yeah, we're gonna push it live today, and look forward to getting some feedback from everybody to see how you like it.
Wait, you're telling me that we're pushing fast forward today?
Yeah, we're gonna go live, and we'll see how everybody likes it. There have been a ton of improvements. If there's time, I can get into the details later.
Yeah, we'll have tons of details and a bunch of other fixes, but that's great to know. So everybody who's been asking about offline play, we just wanted to make sure that it was again we didn't have any exploits before we push it live. So look forward to that. Let's see. Then update here, which is basically related. We have last week we mentioned that we're putting certain to work on fixes and improvements, and also all content that didn't make the cut. When we say that, expect a huge update today, especially owners of haunted mazes, hopefully owners of noir. we're hoping to see that. Maybe you'll see an improvement there. More details later, but that's kind of now. And yeah, so that's what's going on. I have a little update on the San Diego Comic Con. As you know, Gala had a big presence there last week. The short of it, it was a great success for us. We had lots of downloads for our games, many people playing in the venue. There was especially good reception and tons of views for Gala Films projects, especially Racer. Anyone attend, by the way? Anyone in our Discord chat went to by any chance? Am I cutting out? Like, is the audio? Okay. Yeah. So just a short of it is that was a great success. We're hoping that all the projects will do really great. And we also promoted Townstar heavily. So yeah. What's next on the schedule with y'all?
I believe we're moving on to Case Rassera quick to talk about rewards.
Yes. I believe we still have one more competition left for May Mayhem, so you all should achievement and referral rewards after that only. So that would be after the 7th of August. Today, last Friday, we were able to get the rewards out within 1.5 hours of the competition. Hopefully, that will happen today as well. At best, Monday morning, you should get everything. That's all.
Thanks.
Back to you, Michelle.
I would love is ending on September 15th or so. So if you have not done it yet, definitely do it. And do we have any social media updates to Ninja Surprise?
Yeah, just really fast. So I think a lot of you are what's going on with the Zealy and like why are you guys working for getting this XP. So later today on Twitter, I'm going to and also on our Instagram, I'm going to be showing the first Zealy rewards that will be given out to the top 10. Those that place in the top 10 leaderboard. So you guys still have a couple of more days left. The rewards are going to be sent in the beginning of August. So make sure that you connect whatever Gala wallet that ETH wallet that you're using, that you also use for your Gala account, to your because we're going to be able to we're going to need to be able to see it in order to send you your rewards. So make sure that you your wallet to your Zealy account so then we can properly distribute your rewards. If you guys want to see the current leaderboard, it's right here. If you guys want to try to rack up some more XP, feel free to go ahead and do so. And that's all for right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That Zealy leaderboard is super cool. It's nice to see people rising up and doing stuff. I think we're moving on to the full game updates.
That's me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna speak a little slowly because apparently there are some people having issues hearing that.
Audio is still really choppy, guys. I dropped down to 144p listening through YouTube, and but there's sometimes where you hear like every other word in the sentence. So hoping maybe Paul can do behind the scenes for us. I'm not sure what we can do. Okay. So I don't think, Paul, they couldn't hear you, right? Paul's channel. He says that he's recording it and we'll have the playback later, which will be clear. There's just things going on with YouTube, and he doesn't want to kill the stream, but he's working behind the scenes to try to fix some stuff up. Host must buffer. That's what an NFT drop says.
Okay. Well, so yeah, expect the full audio later. But for now, I'll try to speak a little slowly. So game updates this week. We had a few. Desert Biome now gives 370 per tile, like it did in Townstar Legacy. Expect more desert biomes soon. The competition timer inside town now works properly. Fixes regarding ornaments, specifically ornaments with roads, and we fixed several issues preventing mobile players from playing, specifically in iOS devices. We did several prioritization fixes for units, and also fix. We did more, but those are like the highlights. And then we added some features. We added Control H as a hiding and showing the interface. I know a lot of you guys love that. If you really like that, please give some appreciation. Bullcrun, he had the idea and he just put it in, and I think it works great. For mobile, we added the lock. You need to play in landscape for it to. You have to have your phone in landscape mode for it to allow you to play. And then regarding data, we added gold ore, gold, and gold pan site, plus the fancy cake competition, which has been going on this week. And for people complaining about time of day, we will switch later. We're working now on bugs, but we did reduce the light intensity of the noon phase. I know some people had, and we made that phase longer, so that it's like 50% longer than the other. The super chicken, which was pretty cool. I bought it. I really love it. I love the animation on it. And the blueprint, which is crafty copper knowledge, which is a reward. So those are all the things that went this week. Tons of updates. Michelle?
I think now we're moving on to what's coming up is also probably you.
Is it me? Sorry, I'm still getting used to finding the where we're talking here in this new interface. So as I mentioned before at the beginning, we announced last week that we were making lots of fixes and improvements. So you can expect today a big update with tons of fixes for bugs, many of them reported by the community. So first thing is that we're adding all of the missing crabs that were related to fishing that were left out before. You'll get them in today. For people who have haunted mazes, our QA team is reporting that they're good to go. So those issues that you may have with haunted mazes, that will be fixed. Pretty sure the Noir Hero will be finally fixed. We don't have a good way to test it without one in action. Like in the actual game. So we'll have to ask you guys to test and confirm once that's out. That's because you won. And then more mobile optimization is going out today. The issue with slow NFTs, we fixed a few last week or 2 weeks ago. We're fixing all of them today, all the remaining ones. And several unit delivery and prioritization bug fixes. So just a ton of fixes in a couple of hours. What's next though? It's we're fixing leaderboard issues later and more bugs. And of course, the big one is fast forward. So we're including fast forward, and Bulkran has more information. Bulkran?
Yeah, it's the nerd corner now, guys. If anybody hear some of the details on way we've improved the fast forward logic. it's pretty interesting. CS point of view, there was, as you know, when you make a trade in this game, we don't want duplicates, so every trade has a unique ID, making sure that it's transactional. It doesn't get duplicated for any reason, and failed for network reasons or whatever, it gets retried. So we improved that logic during fast forward as well as regular gameplay. There were some internal sim changes, and when I say sim, I mean to keep synchronized between a server authority like this and the client, you have what's called the sim layer or the world simulation layer. So there were some improved. We fixed, unsurprisingly, networking is pretty complicated. And then what we do now is we batch up a lot of talk until the fast forward is done, instead of trying to send it while that's happening. The thing most people have been asking about on Discos is the leaderboard and town, the stars that you see in each. Put a lot of work in fixing that. Definitely learn from you all how you receive that fix. And there's going to be a little visual change, and I want to see, just tag me in Discord if you see it. It'll be really subtle, and that's it about it. See if you can find it. And other fixes, there'll be a little delay. We want to make sure that we've loaded your query before fast forward, and other fixes too, like restarting the session. If the fast forward failed. So a lot of work over the past 5 to 6 work days. It's been really intense, and excited to see how y'all play it today. That's it for some updates on that. I think back to Musashi or Michelle.
Sorry, I had lost my window. I couldn't figure out how to
I was
unmute
like, or I
myself.
could keep going. It's a meme time.
The meantime, so Volkran, what I'm hearing is fast forward is now perfect and working, and it will never fail again.
I'd say it meets 95% of the use, but I don't want to jinx this. So
Okay.
yeah, you know me. I never want to say something's free.
I'm just joking. Okay, so cool. Do we have any questions from our audience right now? I know that some people are having some sound. What issues are we seeing? We have haunted maze fixes. Yes. Some questions. Michelle, do you see some questions in the audience?
Yeah, I saw someone asking about the haunted maze fix, if it is just the salty proximity or if it also includes a bonus for animal speed. If you have all 4.
There's some fix going on for that, but it's mostly the salty thing that I can let it's going out. Let's see. I'm seeing crane. What is the crane bot issue? Speed.
Yeah, that we
Yes.
have a ticket for that, but I don't know if that is in this week yet either.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a full going out when the release is coming, guys. Anything that didn't make the cut this week, we'll try to prioritize. It'll be a big change with tons of fixes. So whatever didn't make the cut here, we'll gather some feedback and try to make it work next week. Are there any other questions? Why not on Gala Chain yet? So
Yep.
Gala Chain, we can discuss it a little bit, but that we have internal reviews for Gala Chain. You know that a lot of people want to review that before it goes out. We're actively working on it, but you know what? Expect Gala Chain itself to come out. We had a meeting about that yesterday with the engineering team. It doesn't look too bad, so we were planning to do that sooner rather than later. I don't want to give any information until we have actual dates. But yeah, we have our actual top man on it, like our engineer that is the best suited for working on chain. And when the new light paper, that's being reviewed. We'll have some information soon. See any other
Yeah,
questions?
there was one from No Free Lunch saying, "Can we how pathing works?"
Padding?
Yeah, pathing. Boy, putting
pathing.
together something like that, where I don't know how I would condense that down, but I'd expect, like, if you have an empty town with no trees, no buildings, it uses a nav mesh that's just a big rectangle. If you plot down, now you have a hole in that nav mesh. Hopefully that makes sense.
I think pathing can be sometimes confusing, especially when you have roads and the units don't take the fastest. So I think that's what the confusion may be. Maybe you should do something around that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there are bugs in the Godot fixed in Godot 4.1, and it's on a roadmap to look at backporting those. Oh, O-Town, impossible to click ground to silo. We've I don't know about ground. We've definitely repeated the clicking problems some people reported last week. What I think is the raycast from where you click is hitting a unit before it hits the building. For example, some units go into the sleep, and that's interfering with the click. That's my suspicion. Filed a bug on it, and we'll let you know as soon as we get that.
Thanks, Volcron. Questions out there before we move on?
I see someone asking about a potential test competition returning on Fast Forward. What do you guys think? Is that something you want to see? I mean, we did it last time, if I'm not mistaken. We can just, oh, it's Ives 715 test competition for Fast Forward. What do you guys think? Do you want this competition? We can turn that on pretty quickly. Probably from Saturday to Monday or something like that.
I'd play it.
Yeah, definitely. Throw in.
Okay, so we'll do. Let's see. There's a couple other questions.
Hey guys, that question's from YouTube in our Slack channel, our AMA Slack channel, in case you don't have that up. One of them is actually Martin Shepard. I think he's just going to keep asking until he answers. What's happening with nodes? I'll jump in there. Town nodes, it's on our list of things to work on, but some of the other stuff chain, those are priority right now.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Were you asking me to repeat that?
Yeah,
Did I talk too fast? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was streaming Trump too. Interesting. I said that, the question is what's happening with town nodes. Priority right now is finishing the NFTs, getting earnings turned back on, getting on Gala chain. And so town node's still on our list. Things have the priority position right now.
Got it. Let's see other questions. Next week, we'll have some information on that later with Farmer Michelle. When we already mentioned it, so we're working on that right now. In the expect a light paper soon. Bauenstein stand need more love. Strawberry craft I need to be more longer as pepper on that. Let's see. I think those main questions, right?
Yeah, a lot of the questions I keep getting in Discord are the same ones that we've already answered 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Got
that
it.
Plus our audio is sucking bad. So guys, whoever can hear us on try to talk slower, but I've been listening on the stream as well, separate from what we hear in the recording session here. So we'll work on that definitely. Apologies that it's choppy.
Okay, cool. So, got it.
Let me see here. We are talking about the sale. Looks like we're going right into the sale.
Sale? Let's do art first. What do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
Lots of stuff queued up. Let's see how quickly that art can stop popping up down there. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of art for you guys. Wouldn't let me share more. I got 2 more images I'm going to share real quick here. As we do this, let's pop this one in here. And again, we like to show the stuff work in progress. The scenes work. You can see the evolution as we're doing this. And Yeah, I'll talk about a couple of top level things. With the characters, one of the things we're finding is that given the length of time Towns has been out, character art styles kind of diverged all over the place. So our team is trying to pull that together, get them looking more consistent and more like the current art theme that we're going with. So you can see the Nuke Engineer. Yeah, it doesn't look too evolved, but it's actually working hard to keep the number of polygons or tries clean on that. Images in detail, but wanted to just give you guys, again, the behind the scenes, what's going on. That where you can see that big image. We're working hard to bring that puppy down to kind of more of the scale of the game. So I saw it too. It was, I don't know, in the game world, it looked like it was about 10 stories tall, even though there's only 4 floors on that. So, all right, that's all I have for the art update. Oh, and working on roads too. So other cool things happening there. Back to you guys now.
I
Okay,
see.
that's it.
I see
okay.
someone asking about the trade timers. I saw some people talking about it the other day. Also, I think it was off the so what you're seeing, the trade time for the regular trade depot is 120 seconds, 2 minutes. The trade for the express depot or the express pier is 60 seconds or 1 full minute. But currently the animation for the delivery is only 30 seconds. Then you get your stars, then it can re-go back out. You can time that yourself. I've timed it myself. It's exactly what it should be, just the end fast. So no trade isn't like delayed or slowed up or anything. It's exactly where it should be, 60 seconds or 120 seconds. It's just the animation is faster than 60 seconds. So this week, when it goes live, trade time is 40 seconds. So the truck will sit there 10 seconds after it returns for the next load to go back out. So you will see that. That is how it is. Anybody else have any questions out there?
Question about the Z's issue. We have some visual issue with Z's in buildings. We have an engineer looking at that. I think that's coming. That fix is coming next week.
I see Red Fox asked about if we can get the on the play canvas game. I'm sure that we have plans to add that in eventually, but right now we're just working on bug fixes, so we're going to get bug fixes figured out. Off-Grid
Okay.
Rancher, if you have proof of that, please send me a video.
Yeah. So as you guys will see with today's update, we check all of your feedback with QA. And then we try to get fixes. So you'll see a bunch of fixes today. So report everything you see. We do look at that continuously and create tickets and get into the pipeline for fixes. So yeah, please report everything you see that it's weird or it's not as it should be. And we'll get to it. So we're gonna go into the sale item this week, right? So we're gonna be selling the Salty Salt Field. That's a rare item. That's pretty interesting for the thing about this.
So also I just confirmed the animal speed boost should also be working. The QA is testing that right now. It should go out live. Coming back to the item, it's the salty salt feed. It's a salt field that not only needs less salty, but it will also provide one to surrounding tiles. Its craft timer will also be a little bit faster. Let me post all the details. It's 1,000 in the store and it will be priced at $50, but it will be 20% discounted until the end of the contract. So now haunted mazes are the only things. You can use this to get a better salt. Back to you, Michelle.
I think that we're going to talk about the competition event. We already did sale. Competition was the fancy cake competition. We're doing cakes for 2 weeks to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of doing AMAs Friday, which has been an absolute blast. And thank you all for joining us for a full year. I know some of you have literally been here every single Friday for a full year and it's been awesome. So yeah, so fancy cakes this week and decorated cakes next week. Blueprint reward for this week was the Hasty Windmill, which speeds up your windmill miller speeds. So they will water depending on the rarity of the reward that you get based on where you ranked. The reward for the next competition, Crafty Shrimp Farm, since fishing content's all coming back, and that will boost the speed of your shrimp farm crafting times in a 10 to 20% range, depending on rarity, based on where you land. The for this week will be Plains. It'll be Plains South, and there will be an oil seep. We try to rotate oil seep 1 week. There won't be any river edges, so make sure you've got your water NFTs ready. There will be one salt edge, though. And that salt edge will be on the south side, I believe. Nope, north side. North ocean edge. All the rest are forest. Trade time is 40 seconds, which I said earlier. That will still be 1 game. And the cash boosted crafts this week are salt and flour. I think that's all I've got for the competition week. Hopefully everybody can adjust their fancy cakes towns to make them into decorated cake towns. Relatively similar. You just need to add candy canes and peppermint now instead of strawberries. I can remind everybody that the free NFT for playing for the month, for this month, July, is silver storage. Information yet on what it will be for August, but as soon as that is decided, I will let everybody know. But this month that we're in right now, which ends soon, is the silver ore storage. That's
Hey,
about
Michelle,
all I have.
So you're saying that we'll have the next competition next week, and
Yeah.
the reward you said is what?
The Crafty Shrimp Farm.
Okay, so what does that mean for following competitions? Is there anything we can?
I mean, there's a solid chance that fishing may have that.
Interesting.
People might wanna dust off their seaweed stands very soon.
Quesera said you may want to dust off your seaweed stands. Yeah, I expect that content today. You can start playing with it very soon, in preparation for next week. Coming back, shrimping time. I see from No Free Lunch. A lot of people apparently have fishing coming back. I see some question. How much money for salt and flour? Farmer Michelle will mention like the whole information on the next competition soon. But as you guys requested, you'll also get to visit, because I'll add a test competition from tomorrow to Monday, like probably a 2-day competition for you to test it out. Remember, it's not going to have any rewards. Just be aware of that. It's just for you to test the competition fast forward, which I think is great, because we're hoping that fast forward will be finally done. But we want to hear your feedback. We want to get your back reports and fix anything that might be broken before a competition next week. Cool. Do you guys see any other questions?
That's all we have for information to share, guys. There wasn't a lot of new questions in the feedback form or the question form, aside from things that we were already planning on talking about. So if you have other questions that don't involve things that we've already talked about, definitely let us know.
Are there any questions, guys? Are competitions weekly? Yes. So competitions are going to be weekly. But what we mentioned last week is that we're not doing all new items every week. So we were doing a lot of jewelry meta competitions involving new crafts, new buildings. So instead of doing that every week, like add new stuff every week, we are bringing back old competitions, for 1 or 2 weeks, and then bringing in content like jewelry, and then going back to old competitions. So that's why we're doing 2 weeks of cake. You can expect how that goes. But jewelry is definitely coming back, just not every week. So the idea with that is that you are able to use your old NFTs in these older competitions. So we really want to hear your feedback on how that's going. A lot of people enjoy cake meta. Hopefully you'll enjoy decorated cake, and then whatever is coming from fishing. So weekly competitions for sure, not just not new content every week. That's our promise. I see LV Postman saying love all metas. That's good. I like to hear that the team is bringing back all competitions in between. Thank you, Dubstep Rod. That the idea we're hearing you guys and trying to make you guys happy. Of course, we also have to incorporate NFTs here and there, especially for new players. But your old NFTs are definitely still useful in our. I see Thymachin saying make it hard. What does that mean?
Yeah, he posted what he wants the last meta to be. Well, what he wants the last biome to be, which is forest with a 240 timer, no oil seep, and double the trees. That would be crazy.
Oh, like the hardcore mode.
We might as well surround it in mountains, also, right?
I mean, that's my dream. I told you guys. All mountain competitions, so I can feel at home. I look out my window and I see the snowy mountains, so it's definitely what I want to see in the game. But that's probably like too much shade. 3 mountains out rock. I think we'll try it. When does our biome? Jerry's asking. We fixed it this week, so we'll bring it back soon. Now it gives 3 sandy per tile. That part was broken for a while. We fixed that. Sandy per tile.
It'd be cool to see desert again. I do kind of miss seeing.
Okay. So we went through this a little fast, but I'm gonna do a summary here. The summary is this week we're pushing, like in a couple hours, we're pushing a ton of haunted maze among them. Hopefully in our hero, a lot of NFT storages. So tons of fixes going out today. All content that didn't make the cut, like fishing, all going out today. For being turned on today. We'll add a competition, a test competition for tomorrow, for you to check that out. And so, yeah, I mean, the team has been working really hard to fix a lot of these issues, and that's also why we're all competitions. Just hearing what you guys want to do, still doing some new stuff from time to time. So that's kind of the summary of this AMA. Any outstanding questions, guys?
No, everybody's still just chatting about how to make it super hard. No cash boost, double the price of destroying. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, we can do a really hardcore competition one day, right?
We definitely.
I'll jump in real quick. I saw a note about when's the new artwork coming into the game. Little plans to do like 3 to 4 big drops of it. And given that the outsourced gone very, very slow, like 2 to 3 times as slow as we expected, and their delivery actually slower than they promised to, shut up. I've been talking with the team on how do we go ahead and just get the new art set and turned on and blown out each piece as it comes in. So we had some bigger plans, but we're just going to simplify everything down. We try to get that art out to everybody as soon as possible. I know we haven't talked about it, so if it's not clear yet, we can figure it out and share it next week. Or if you have some notes, that'd be great.
I mean, I don't have specifics right now, but yeah, as you said, we're probably going to start putting the assets in very soon, right? So I think we'll have an update next week.
Great. I know I've been watching builds on our artist machine. He shares them with me daily. I get to see what's going on. Game looks awesome. It looks really different with the new terrain, all the new art in there. There may be a little bit of a stutter as you kind of look at the new art to old art, but I think I'd rather get the new art into people's hands rather than kind of waiting till everything's done.
Yeah, definitely looks great. I mean, we've shown some videos to the community before. I think it's time to actually make it happen, and you know we can keep adding better. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really cool, and it looks way better with time of day too. It looks great. Are you guys really still talking about making hard the competition?
Yeah, they're talking about adding it. I think Volcron suggests a lava pool that incinerates your workers.
Be amazing.
That's the Ross saying minus 25K. Then he says kidding, but that's something actually we've discussed, right? Having like a bank and you can get onto debt, get a loan.
That would definitely make stick. Sometimes we need a loan to buy a building. But most of the time, let's be honest.
I see some people saying making trees indestructible, like they can't be removed. That is actually something that we can do, if I'm not mistaken. Like, but what's the point? Just not being able to use the space? Is that it?
I see someone asking about the 5% sale cash boost NFT. Had talked about that was 1 week that the competition got canceled. We haven't started working on that. We're gonna wait till after Mayhem. We'll get art and all that ready. So definitely not this week or next week, but we will start working on it soon.
Pipeline. Sorry guys for the delay on that. We just want to fix these things first, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that the game is expected to be working with offline play. So that's been the priority. But we'll definitely get to that. We're making sure that we're walking the talk, as Sage says, right? So this week and the app that you'll see today, I think will be a way to show that what the team means. Expect more next week, and just making better every day. And after that, we'll get to those things that we're still missing. Let's see, Fix Malta. That's on the pipeline too. So there are two big NFTs from Galaverse, two Galaverse NFTs. They're huge right now in Gala. We're fixing that too. I don't think that's coming out too, but expected next week. And I don't know if you guys see other questions.
I see someone asking about basketball courts and Curry shoes. They don't have a utility. There is no utility planned for them. So, I mean, you can place your basketball courts now, but
they never had utility, right?
Right. Yeah, they never had utility before, so.
Right. So I actually checked that with Farmer Michel. We're playtesting. We check all 5 basketball courts. You can. The ones that are missing, I think, are the 5 shoes. So we'll get to them, although they don't. But it's something that was working before, so we'll make sure to get to that at some point. If they don't do anything. So the shoes are missing, and I think that's pretty much the only thing that the Noir Hero is finally fixed today, which we're hoping. Let's see.
I see someone asking about when earn. I've posted it in the chat a bunch of times already, and we've already talked about it. The light paper it's in internal review. As soon as internal review, we'll have more information for you guys. But for now, it's in internal review, so you're just gonna have to be patient for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm saying that the utility for the basketball course was it would give town points, and that's something that we will turn once the new tokenomics model kicks in. So that's actually something we will also, as Michelle says, we'll have some more information once we pass the internal reviews. Okay, I think that those are as I see. Did see post for under review. Okay, cool. If there are no more questions, I think we can wrap it up. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who we have some issues with audio. We'll take a look at that for next week. Thank you, Paul, our tech guy here, who's been making the stream possible. Everyone on stage, and of course, thank you guys for and in YouTube that are listening. So, bye, guys. Expect a huge update later today. Thanks up for that. Thank you, Rocket Unit. Thank you, LV Postman. Let's see who else.
Thanks, guys.